And welcome back, everybody. Welcome to the second last series of the night. It's been a long night. It's been a long broadcast. I believe we've been live for over 8 hours. Oh boy. And the tournament, it will continue. You can hear the beeps. The players are now ready. The casters are ready. We're diving into the lower bracket finals.
Indeed we are. And we are having a PvP this time. Is this the first PvP we cast?
No.
I mean, you and me.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So we are now loading into Inside and Out to find out who will be moving on to the finals against a laser. And starting right here in the top right of Inside and Out, we have the blue Polish player, the Protoss player, representing Psystrom and Poland. It is Gerald. I really tried.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Inside and Out, we have the other Polish Protoss player. He is red, representing Infernales Esports. He just took down Snorlax, Snogstar. It is PAPI.
I have to ask him if we can just call him Snorlax.
I want to just call him Snorlax.
Oh.
Oh god, but here we go. We're getting into our PvP, our final PvP of the night. We were able to cast a little bit of it in the group stage. But yes, alas, we have returned. And PAPI, as a reminder, he did just take down Cristiano in his previous PvP.
Yeah, that's not a small deal. As we said, Cristiano is definitely considered one of the better Polish Protoss players. Say that 3 times fast. And we will see how he will do here against another one of the very top, which is the Gerald.
Yeah, Gerald's opening up in a very peculiar manner here. Despite the fact that we're on Inside and Out, he opens up with a 2-gate opener on the high ground, whereas PAPI goes for a much more standard economic opener. He goes for the gate expand.
We will see what kind of aggression Gerald is preparing, or maybe he just wants to be safe. To be fair, I don't know how much Gerald knows about PAPI's playstyle. Maybe like seeing that Cristiano got eliminated, he was a bit worried that maybe something tricky is coming in.
Yeah, this is overly safe here, as he's going to be opening up with a couple of units. He should be opening up with double Stalker, but we shall see. There we go, double Stalker going to be on the way. And now, as a response, I wouldn't be surprised if he gets a proxy. Yes, because he's on one base, and because he is going to be behind economically, he's just going to be looking to all in.
Yeah, very nice read there from Mr. Light VIP, as we do see that proxy coming up. And once again, we will see what kind of damage he can do, as PAPI is just progressing his build, getting his Stargate, and he is scouting Gerald, so he knows that something is coming, but the question is, will he be prepared?
Yeah, he doesn't know how committed this one-base play is going to be. For all he knows, there could just be a Nexus that gets thrown down. You know, he needs to go for another scout with this probe. Meanwhile, we do have a proxy. Ooh, a proxy Stargate being set up. Not a robo and not a gateway. So Geralt can expand behind this. This could just be for an Oracle to go in across the map. It'll be crazy if he gets a Void Ray.
He's actually queuing it away, though. He's not queuing it into the base of PAPI, and as the Stalkers are just walking in straight to the wall, and they will take down this Adept and maybe even the Stalker.
Oh, exactly. He has to kite backwards. So he has... Oh, no, he misses the shot! And the Stalker is going to go down. Aye. Boys are being pulled. The Stalker manages to survive. Oh, no!
No, he gets it. Both units of PAPI are now down, so the Stalker can take all the damage he wants on the probes, but never mind, the Stalker of PAPI is here.
Yeah, there we go. We have a recall. The Stalker will be saved. And again, it is going to be that Oracle, despite being rallied away. Again, looking to deal economic damage, equalizing damage, because Geralt is expanding behind this. PAPI is fully aware. He kept that probe alive earlier. He goes in for a secondary scout, and he knows that he's not being one-based.
Yeah, it's very important for PAPI to know, so he can prepare accordingly. But this Oracle is now flying in, and because of the early attack, there is only one Stalker to defend.
Yeah, you know what? That shield battery is late, by the way. It is not done in time. A lot of economic damage is being done. The shield battery at the natural base isn't quite in position either. And this is enough to get Gerald ahead.
Yeah, nice attack from Gerald. But the Oracle of PAPI is also on the other side of the map. Though, on Gerald's side of the map, the shield battery is already finished in the mineral line. And, you know, the natural is still being made. So there are no probes there to kill.
Yeah, exactly. Geralt is already set up to defend against any kind of Oracle coming across the map. He knew that there was an Oracle as well because he scattered the Stargate, because the Stargate was a part of the wall. Meanwhile, now we have 2 Oracles, which means even if there's a shield battery, it won't be enough because 2 Oracles one-shot workers.
And here they go, and they start shooting them down. There are a few stalkers, so these oracles will be dealt with eventually, but they will take a few probes with them.
Oh god, exactly. 3 probes are going to be going down. So much. 0 mining right now, by the way. As all the boys are forced off the line. It looks like barely PAPI's going to be able to regain control of his natural base. At the same time, across the map, we have a stasis trap, and a decent amount of probes do get caught.
Yeah, nice stasis for PAPI. There are these stalkers there though, so no more damage for the Oracle is being done, but once again, very nicely done. And at the very least, it denies some mining from Gerald.
Yeah, exactly. It's a way to equalize, and after all said and done, both players are on 2 bases, both players are equal in workers, and after all the lost mining time and all that stuff, like, things are looking pretty similar. I say similar. Geralt is ahead when it comes to his tech. He already has Blink on the way.
Yeah, Blink is halfway done. Meanwhile, PAPI only just finished his Twilight Council, so it will be that much delay, so there is a small window for Geralt where he can use it to his advantage. But we will see if that's what he wants to do, or if he's just gonna progress with the build.
Yeah, we'll see. It looks like PAPI was in the middle of taking his 3rd base, and Geralt does delay that once again, and he takes his own 3rd as a response, so he's even going to be slightly ahead when it comes to his 3rd base timing, and also his probe production as a result, and of course chrono boosts. So already a very nice little lead here, and all these small leads, they do add up, because it is that mirror matchup. Whatever advantage you can get matters that much more.
Yes, indeed, and as we see, Blink is about to finish. The Oracles of Gerald are flying in as well, so they will be able to distract PAPI if need be, but it doesn't look like Gerald wants to attack quite yet.
Yeah, at the moment he's just rallying his army back at his 3rd base. He wants to make sure he can hold on to it. It looks like he's going to be moving out now, and honestly, his Stalker count is pretty terrifying. He's up to 12 as opposed to the 9 of his opponent. Meanwhile, the 2 Oracles dive in once again, getting 9, 10 probe kills.
Yeah, PAPI was ready to defend his fair, to defend the front of his base, but he did not have the stalkers in his main base, and 10 probes in total falling down once again. Just great damage done from Gerald.
Exactly, and he is not done. He's going to be moving out with his main army. Blink is completed, by the way. He can reinforce across the map using that proxy pylon, but he has to be careful because he doesn't have a robo, he doesn't have a gateway here either. He's just going to push it out a little bit here to meet the army.
Yeah, both of them have Blink at this point, so it all comes down to micro, and PAPI actually decides to chase.
Yeah, and I don't know if this is the right move because he just straight up has less stalkers. It's a numbers game at the end of the day, and he just overextends. Geralt takes the fight.
Yeah, I think he only saw part of the army of Gerald, and he thought he's safe to chase it, but it was enough.
GG gets called. Geralt was just a little bit too far ahead in almost every aspect of that game, and PAPI taps out.
Yeah, PAPI looking a little bit frustrated in this game, but hopefully he will be able to bring it back and, yeah, take another win in this series. But for the time being, Gerald will be leading up 1-0.
Yeah, honestly, that was
He's
some pretty...
vibing too.
That was some pretty solid play coming out from Geralt, to be honest. We do see a couple of player cams here. Again, PAPI not too happy with how that game played out. He had a pretty good opener, I feel. It's just, yeah, unfortunate that things snowballed and things got a little bit out of hand a little bit too quickly there.
Yeah, indeed. Unfortunate, but you know, this game is done. Now we are going into second game in, you guessed it, Data C, and we will see if PAPI will be able to bring it back and tie up this series, or if Gerald would just move on to the finals.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Where is this going to take us here in this PvP? Can we make it to the ace match? I would love for this to go all the way to game number 3. I want to see it happen. But I'm also curious, just because we have these ramps at the natural doesn't mean that our players are going to go for these gate expands. Gerald showed that to us last game.
Yeah, he decided to be aggressive, and he wasn't as aggressive as we thought he would be, but he still was quite offensive. And speaking of, we are here on Data C, loaded all in, and we are looking at the base of said blue Protoss player, representing Psyson Gaming and Poland. It is Gerald.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of data under the sea, we have the Polish Protoss player himself representing Infernales Esports. It is PAPI.
I just had interception because on the other screen I have Polish stream up just in case, and both of you were just spinning the cameras.
Spin all the cameras, PAPI. Oh boy. And once again, PAPI goes for the gate expand. Gerald opens up 2 gate on 1 base.
Gerald seems to be favoring this opening in the PvP, I guess. And we'll see if this time it will also go well for him, as, you know, for now, just regular scouting, nothing too much to be worried about. And once again, PAPI will see what is coming, but will he be prepared this time?
Yeah, I'm sure he's going to be a little bit more on top of his defense. I'm sure he's going to recognize, okay, because of our openers here, Gerald is going to be a little bit more aggressive. I do have to be a little bit more on top of my defense. It's just difficult because he has to be able to figure out whether or not a pylon is missing, whether or not there is a proxy, so he knows where that shield battery needs to be.
Yes, indeed. Ooh, nice block for Gerald there as well, so denying PAPI the base, and we'll see how it goes. Will it be the same kind of build? Will once again Gerald go for 2 Stalkers into Oracle? We'll find out.
Yeah, he does force a Zealot out here from PAPI, as the Zealot has to deal with this pylon already, just chipping away at said pylon here from Gerald. Meanwhile, PAPI is going to be forced to delay his natural base. The delayed Nexus means instead he will go for a Stargate. Oh.
Ooh, even 3rd one.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
Gerald being
really showing off some micro there.
Yeah, he's being so annoying. Meanwhile, there's that 2 Stalker opener here. Our gases have been taking the second pylon is here in the main base, and it looks as if Gerald does intend to expand back at it.
Yeah, so I guess not quite as offensive as the first game, but still going with that Stargate.
Yes, Gerald is very offensive.
Yeah, but not this last game. Last game he went for proxy.
Did go for the proxy. Meanwhile, PAPI still hasn't thrown down his Nexus yet, but there we go. He does have enough minerals. There we go. The base has been taken. Gerald still staying on 1 base, actually. Yeah, interesting. Opting to, once again, similar to his opponent, he delays his Nexus a little bit longer as he goes for his own Stargate.
Yeah, I guess, you know, in the end of the day, they kind of go for the same thing, but PAPI was not planning to do so, and he was forced into it by Gerald. So definitely a small win for Gerald, as he actually decides to go Phoenix.
Yeah, this is really smart play from Gerald. His probe earlier scouted and confirmed the later Nexus and the faster Stargate, so he knows about the Oracle opener. So he's going to respond by going for a Phoenix instead to hard counter that Oracle and to shut it down.
Yes, indeed. And if we see that Phoenix really shaking out for the Oracle, it may actually get it, just barely.
Wow, this is huge. We're going to have to recall if we want to get out of here. If we don't get a recall, then the Oracle is just going to die. And now it's just too late. It's gone.
Yeah, the Oracle will be going down, and it gets absolutely 0 damage for PAPI, not even a scout. It does reveal the Phoenix, but it's not gonna be going back to Gerald's base anyway.
This is a rough start here for PAPI. His opener essentially gone down the drain, and Gerald is gonna double down on this, by the way. He does have his Phoenix still alive. He has an Oracle on the way. He has a second Oracle behind this. He's looking to deal economic damage, and there's no shield battery in the main.
Once again, no shield batteries for PAPI. One thing going for him is that this time he is quicker on that blink timing, and he does have Stalkers here to fend off the Oracle for now, but as we said, his defenses are a little bit lacking.
Yeah, the Phoenix dives on in and we see a full scout of the main base. It looks like Gerald has confirmation. Okay, we have Blink Stalkers. We don't quite have a Forge or a Robo quite yet. Gateway Explosion or Gateway Production is now getting underway. And with our second Oracle, where there's just so much more potential for damage.
Yeah, and there's still no shield batteries for PAPI. So these Oracles will get damaged, and we'll see just how much.
Yeah, there are a lot of Stalkers, to be fair, and it looks like it is going to be enough here to fend away these Oracles for the time being. Right now, this Phoenix is trying to divert the attention away. The Oracles, they back off, though, and they actually do scout the much faster third base from PAPI.
Yeah, they were able to snipe the probe as well, and Gerald decides it is indeed a good time for a third base, and he raises his own.
And he gets his own, and you could argue, hold on, these two Oracles from Gerald hasn't dealt any damage yet, so because of that, is he putting himself behind? In a way, yes, but there is still value to be had. At any moment, he can go back into this base. At any moment, the army of PAPI can move out of position, and because there aren't any shield batteries here, these Oracles can wreak havoc and they can get probe kills.
Yeah, unfortunately for Gerald, they are a little bit away at the time being, but... Ooh, what was that? Was it the Phoenix?
Yes, that was the Phoenix. And because of that, Geralt now knows that the Stalkers are at the third base location. The main is looking exposed. The Oracles, they're on the way.
They are on the way, and they will get damage this time, but at the same time, PAPI is moving across the map, and he may be able to cancel this base.
Yeah, he may be able to get that cancel. We do have an army here waiting for Geralt. Looking at the units tab, PAPI is ahead in the Stalker count, but we do have a couple of stasis traps.
Yeah, and the position was also nicely set up for Gerald, where actually PAPI went for a pylon instead of the Nexus, so that gave enough time to Gerald to move his Stalkers to the base.
Yeah, exactly. Meanwhile, the Oracles, they dive on in. It looks like all the Blink Stalkers are going to be fast enough, though. They will get one of those Oracles, but not before 4 probes go down.
Yeah, I don't know actually why Gerald didn't dive in straight into the main. Well, he knew that the army was moving out, but I guess he assumed that there would be more defenses there.
Nope.
He still gets 4 probes, which is nice, but this Oracle now has to be careful.
Yeah, the Oracle has to be very careful here, stuck in the bottom left-hand corner of the base, but of the map, sorry. But at least it does force it does force PAPI to keep a couple of units here to defend instead. It means that his third base location is going to be a little bit weaker here as Gerald goes for a counterattack. He is behind in the Stalker count, but again, not all the Stalkers are here for PAPI.
Yes, indeed. And both players actually opting to go for a Dark Shrine from there, interestingly enough.
Dark Shrine going to be on the way. We do see both players investing in their upgrades. They want to focus on those Blink Stalkers. There is going to be a timing where Geralt has +1 and PAPI doesn't, but it's not the biggest window. It's only a couple of seconds, so it may not be the biggest of deals.
Yeah, it's interesting how close these tech switches actually are, but the Stalkers of Geralt are here, and the Adepts will try to distract PAPI as well.
Yeah, exactly. We have a tri-pronged attack here. We have the Adepts going towards the third base. We have the Oracle here at the natural as well. Where is that stasis trap? Right now, he's not responding.
I like how you pan over to the Oracle, and the Oracle is just like looking at the probes like, oh, probes.
I feel like I should be doing something here. Something is...
I feel like I'm forgetting something.
Yeah, so that was almost an amazing tri-pronged attack. I do think that Geralt did intend to queue up a stasis there, but misclicked or didn't quite hit the hotkey properly. So in the end, the Oracle was just kind of chilling.
Yeah, maybe he didn't have enough energy or something. I don't know, but anyway, the attack did not actually do much, and that gives PAPI time to go to the other side of the map.
Yeah, but I love these stasis traps that are being set up here, so if there's any aggressive or offensive blink, they will be punished for it. At the same time, DT is slipping on in behind the enemy lines.
Yeah, and both players do have observers, but I don't think either of them have them close by, so this DT will actually be able to sneak right into the base.
Yeah, DT's in every single mineral line right now, just wreaking havoc. It looks like Gerald is going to hold on with his main army, but he's losing a lot of probes.
Yeah, one of the DTs was revealed, but the other one is still standing, and it can still do more damage. There are no cannons, and the observers are nowhere to be seen, so it's just on this Oracle.
Yeah, exactly. The Observer is forced to turn around. Finally, these DTs are going to be dealt with, but 16 workers just went down. Gerald is now behind in that worker count. The Stalkers are coming on in, and PAPI's going to be dealing even more damage. Can he get the base?
I think he can. Oh, actually, with that amount of StarCraft from Gerald, maybe he can save it, but just barely.
Just barely saves at the same time. 2 more DTs slipping into the third base. Gerald is falling apart right now. He cannot defend his bases. 32 probes have gone down.
Yeah, that's a big number right there. And the DTs are not stopping. The Stalkers are trying to chase them down. And they will be able to do so with the help of the observers. But every time Gerald is moving his army away, like another DT is coming from the other side.
Yeah, the DTs were just a little bit too much here. Geralt didn't warp in his own DTs either, even though he does have that Dark Shrine. Looks like his Stalker army is actually large enough. It's terrifying, actually. And he can hold on to his bases, but his economy is in shambles.
Yes, indeed. This is not looking great for Gerald, but I mean, one thing to consider, he's not quite out yet. Like, if you look at the worker count, this is a big difference, but I don't think it's game-ending difference yet, because Gerald does have a lot of army.
Yeah, it feels like PAPI had to go for the kill then and there. Because he's giving Geralt time, he's making 2 disruptors at a time. Doesn't matter if you're behind 20-30 supply, disruptors change everything, so Geralt is still in this game.
Yeah, and it looks like a lot of will matter. Like, a lot will depend on the micro of both players, as both of them now have disruptors and the blink stalkers. PAPI does have the 2 immortals, which are definitely nice in this battle, but I don't know if they will be able to shoot anything.
Yeah, I mean, so far Geralt has the more mobile army. He's gonna have to try and dance here and avoid those Novas. At the same time, now it's time. The turns have tabled. Geralt, he's going for his own DT hit squad.
It looks like Gerald was actually able to snipe one of these immortals from PAPI, but he cannot come any closer because of these zoning novas, but at the same time the DTs move in.
Yeah, but you know what? We have the whole position micro around the cannon. It looks like the DTs will be dealt with, but at the same time, Geralt is going to move in and he snipes the base.
Despite the overcharge, he was able to snipe the base. And there is a drop from PAPI as well, so it's just damage all over the place.
The overcharge barely keeps the cannon alive. The DTs don't deal enough damage. At the same time, the Stalkers are going to try and deal with that Prism. Oh my god, the main army is pushing on forward though. PAPI, he wants to go for it.
Yeah, because Gerard's army had to be recalled. Actually, PAPI has an advantage here, but he has to be careful with these Novas.
Exactly. Both players have to be careful. The DTs have finally been cleaned up. The Warp Prism was sniped earlier as well. Gerald's still behind in the workers, but with the sniping of that 4th base, he's ahead in economy.
That he is, and looks like we come down a little bit, but it's time once again for Gerald to go on the offensive, and now he has DTs in this army as well.
Does have a couple of DTs looking at the units tab. It looks like we have 7 disruptors for Gerald. We only have 4 for PAPI, and the Novas are going to go up! Up!
Ooh, nice snipe on the Novas, but one of them does connect, and it takes like half of the army of PAPI.
Oh, exactly. And that may just have been a little bit too much. We have the blink on forward. The Novas will not connect. Every robo unit for PAPI is going to go down.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. And now his Stalker count looks basically like half of that of Gerald. And I mean, PAPI still has 4 bases, which is not bad, but he has these DTs as well.
Yeah, he's going for the desperation move. We have blink DTs here at the natural and going into the main base as well, and it looks like this is forcing Geralt to turn around and come back home.
Yes, indeed. So that will give PAPI a bit of time to rebuild his army, even if it doesn't get a lot of damage, but it does get a lot of damage, actually.
It will get a lot of damage. DTs have been dealt with in the natural, but in the main base, okay, we have a revelation. It looks like they're being cleaned up, but 18 pros have gone down once again. Geralt's worker count is plummeting. PAPI trying to go for the 1-2 punch. He's going to blink on forward, and he wants to snipe the 3rd.
I mean, that 3rd is very low, but it's also being held up by the shield battery, and the army of Geralt was able to rotate back here, and now PAPI has to run.
PAPI has to run. We have the blink on forward once again. PAPI is losing his disruptors. Even though PAPI is ahead 30 probes, it doesn't matter right now. His own army just cannot hold a candle to that of Geralt.
Yeah, like, as we said, like, it's nice that you have more probes, but Geralt has a huge army already, and he's only making more, so this is a really real force you have to be dealing with.
Yeah, we have the full surround here. PAPI has been cornered. He's going to lose his entire main army, but at the same time, he goes for another DT run by. We have DTs once again in the main, DTs in the natural as well, just eviscerating the economy of Geralt. But look at the supplies right now. Look specifically at the army supply. Aye.
Yeah, it's like you look at the worker supply, it's like, oh yeah, PAPI is leading by a lot. But then you look at the army supply, it's like, oh,
Yeah.
oh,
That's a
okay.
that's a big boy army. Gerald is ahead so much. We have the blink on forwards. Again, we have the target firing as well. PAPI just doesn't have enough. There are so many disruptors here for Gerald, and honestly, he doesn't even need them.
Yeah, the disruptors actually showed late to the party, but even then they were able to get a few Novas down. And it looks like it will be this win for Gerald, and it looks like he will be moving on to the finals.
Exactly, he doesn't care about his workers. The workers apparently don't matter. It's all about the unit control. It's all about the army, the blink stalkers, the purification overs as well. There are still DTs across the map, by the way. They're still doing whatever they can, but they cannot ever deal with this army.
It's like, haha, I'm gonna kill your probes. And Gerald's like, okay. And then what?
Yeah, and what are you gonna do from there, buddy? As everything else is gonna go down, GG gets called, and Gerald takes the series 2-0.
Okay, I was just reading what was going on.
Congratulations to Gerald as he moves on to the grand finals. Meanwhile, do we have a translation on what PAPI said at the end?
I don't know exactly what he was referring to, but he said 2 of Gerald's units and wins, and the one that wins is the cheaper one. I think maybe he meant the fact that he had like Stalker Disruptor and Stalkers themselves won.
Maybe.
Question mark? I don't know.
Maybe.
I'm not sure what he was referring to, but that's what he said.
Shaking my head, shaking my head. Regardless, GG, congratulations. Oh, to Gerald as he does move on forward. He did come in as the favorite, to be fair. He did come in as the favorite. And he's going to have a chance at that rematch against a laser.
Yes, indeed. I mean, as we said, those were the 2 favorites of this tournament, most definitely. So it is no surprise to see them in the finals, but even then we had quite a lot of surprising results on the way before we got here. So so quite interesting tournaments today.
Definitely interesting tournament overall. Again, we had our eyes on Cristiano to maybe just shake up that top 2 and maybe shake up the top 3, but alas, that was not meant to be. Pretty surprising results overall because of that. And now Geralt, he had a bit of a hard time against a laser the last time they faced. Maybe he can find some more success this time.
Yeah, we will find out soon enough. As once again, the players will need a moment to set up their PCs, because, as a reminder, this is a LAN event. This is an offline event, so there is an actual stage the players are playing on. It's not like, you know, the huge like IEM stage or anything, but it is still a stage, so you have to get ready, and you will play in front of an audience.
Yeah, you will play in front of that audience, in front of that crowd, in front of the cameras as well. So it does add a little bit of stress, but a laser, he has done this time and time again. He is very experienced. Geralt's not as much, but at the same time, you can say, okay, well, this is valuable as well, because we're going back to these offline events. You need to be able to play in front of a camera, in front of a crowd, with all these speakers going. It is a bit of a skill that you have to develop.
Yeah, it's definitely good practice for these players who, you know, have been rising through this like pandemic like time where like there were no offline events. So like the exact time when they got good was when everything was online. So now they are like, you know, they are learning, they are adjusting to coming back to these offline events. And as you said, it's a good piece of experience before. I mean, Gerald may potentially end up in IEM Katowice. We don't know that.
Yeah, it's definitely possible. He can go all the way. But speaking of going all the way, we are going to be going on another short break. You can see the countdown timer ahead of in front of us here as we have a little bit of Polish B-roll going through. It's great. It's beautiful. Yes, in 9 minutes, we will be back with the grand finals, our final series of the night. It is going to be a best of 5, not a best of 3, but with a 1-point advantage to a laser.
Yeah, and we will find out if there was another bet about a laser running around the building, or if he's just gonna win in a clean sweep.
Oh, we'll find out. We'll be back here in 9 minutes. So make sure you hydrate your hydras, stretch your roaches, you massage your marines, and be back here. Or else.
What?
Or we'll get steel on you, okay? And you don't want that.
Oh no.
You don't want that puppet hunting you down, papi. Ay, ay, ay.
Be back or backstab now. Oh no.
We'll see you guys in 8 minutes. Until then,